Hey guys, welcome back. Mr. Will here for the group Every Day I'm Calculating for Thursday, April 9th, 2020. So today what we're going to do is we're going to continue to solve equations with rational coefficients. Now, when we solve these equations, we're really trying to find out what is the value of our variable. The n in this equation is our variable. The variable is just a letter that takes the place of a number. So the way that we solve this is we're going to try to get all of the variables on one side, or variable on one side in this case, and on the other side are constant terms. Now, we can do this a couple different ways, and that's one of the cool things about math. There's different ways to solve these problems. But really what you want to do is before you solve these or attack these problems is to look at the problem and really think about what's the easiest way to kind of attack it, kind of make a game plan. When I look at the problem like this and it has 1/2 times 2n minus 12, I see that we can use the distributive property of multiplication, and I can multiply this half, this half by 2n and by 12. So I can take 1/2 times 2, and I know half of 2 would be 1. So it would leave me with 1n, but we don't write 1n. We would just write it as n. And I know half of 12 is 6, but we can also, if you're unsure of how we got that, we can multiply it out. 1/2 times 12 would be 12 over 1. And if we're going to multiply this out, I would have 12 times 1 equals 12. And 2 times 1 would give me 2. So I have 12 over 2. And 2 can go into 12 6 times. So I have 6 over 1, or 6. So by using the distributive property of multiplication, 1/2 goes into 2n and 12 and simplifies it to n minus 6. Now we haven't done anything on the left-hand side of the equation, so that's just 4n. So after our first step, I have 4n equals n minus 6. Now again, I want to get my variables together, and I have a variable on the left-hand side and a variable on the right-hand side. So I can get rid of this n here by subtracting. So I can subtract n from this side. N minus n cancels each other out, just left with 0. And then I can subtract n on this side, and I have 4n minus n, and I would be left with 4 minus 1 would be 3n. And be careful, because this is not just 6, but since it's n minus 6, it would be, we need to use this whole negative 6. So it would be 3n equals negative 6. Now, in order to simplify even further, I'm going to divide both sides by 3, because here I have 3 times n. So I'm going to use the inverse operation to isolate my variable, because 3 divided by 3, that's right, is 1. And I'm left with just n. On the other side of my equal sign, I have negative 6 divided by 3. I know negative 6 divided by 3 would be negative 2. And congratulations, we have just successfully isolated this variable. N equals negative 2. Now I would like you to try your best in order to solve variable equations like this with a variable on either side of the equal sign. So if you have any questions, just a friendly reminder that I am available every 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for my office hours, or you can email me throughout the day and I will get back to you quickly. Do your best, and remember, keep working hard and asking questions. See you tomorrow.